Tonight, I'm going to do a training on success to really understand success. And if you're working this and you can't hear me while I'm doing it, like in other words, you might be not be totally listening focused or listening totally. I want you to definitely listen, okay? And so I want you to come back and watch this again because it's important. So I'm going to talk about success. We did vision, opportunity, integrity. Now we're going to move to success. Vision plus opportunity plus integrity equals plus success equals freedom. So we want to deal with success. So success is anytime you keep your integrity, you had a success. Every time you teach, you keep your integrity, you have a success. Right? I want you to get that. So here's what I want you to understand is this. In order to understand success, you must understand failure. What is failure? This is very important, right? This is very important to understand, and this is what most people don't understand. True failure is when you quit. When you start something and when you quit. Most people fail in life because everything they start, they quit. They never finish it. And because they never finish it, they never succeed at what it is that they're doing. I'm going to repeat. The reason most people fail is because they never succeed at what it is that they were starting off to do. They never complete it. That is true failure. Now, you're going to have failures along the way because success lives inside of failure. This is what people don't understand. So you're not a failure until you quit, but you might fail. You're going to fail your way to the top because inside of all the failures is where success lives. And so most people are afraid to fail. Therefore, they cannot see success because they can't even get to it because they must fail in order to succeed. So everything that we're doing, for instance, when we're doing this sheet, you might not fill out all the spaces your first week, right? So you might have failed filling out all the spaces, but next week you're going to have more spaces filled in. And the following week, you're going to have more and more until you fill out a full sheet. And you'll be like, oh, wow, I filled out a full sheet. And now you're going to be filling out full sheets. But what most people are afraid of is to not be able to fill out the sheet, which is a failure. But they're so afraid to fail, they can't never get to success. That's the weakness. That's the error. That's the mistake that 99.9% of people make. That's why there's only a 1% wealthy individuals in this world, because everybody else is afraid to fail. So they never take the first step because they have been trained that failure is bad. Failure is not bad. Failure is very good. That's where you get to plan, do, and review. You plan what you're going to do. You're going to do it. Did it succeed? Did it do what I wanted it to do? How can I make it better? You review it and do it again until you succeed, until you master that you got it now. That's success. But most people, again, don't have integrity. So therefore, what do? They quit. I said I was going to do this, but I didn't do it. I quit. Why? Because they don't have no integrity. And without integrity, you can never have success because it takes integrity in order to go through the failures until you succeed. So if you fail and you quit, you have no integrity. That's not a chalk up on you. I don't ever want you to think of something as good or bad. I want you to look at it as, who am I being today? Where am I at today? This is a measuring stick for you. That's why we call this industry a self-development program with a compensation plan. It is a self-development. You are self-developing. Can I make phone calls today? Can I do this sheet every day? Can I be on the evening call every day? Can I do it? Wherever you fall off, that's where your integrity lives. So excuses, reasons, and explanations are tools used to build monuments of nothingness. They are used to try to replace your integrity. It will never work. Success cannot be fooled. And that's not a issue. That's not a problem. Like, that's not bad in that sense. It's just the fact that you have not matured to that level yet. That's all it is. Some people learn it at 20. Some people learn it at 30. Some people learn it at 40. Some people learn it at 50. Some people don't learn it till 70 or 80 or whatever. They might have to come through another lifetime to get it. But my point is, you're at least able to measure who you're being with this. It will change your life. If you just get this vision, opportunity, integrity, success, and freedom, that this just one portion of teaching, this one portion, this one lesson will take you to another level in every aspect of your life. That's just one thing. We ain't even talking about the other lessons. There's hundreds of lessons to learn. But this right here, if you can, this is the measuring stick. You can measure yourself. I'm afraid to make phone calls. That is a belief issue within yourself. You don't believe in you. I'm afraid to talk to this person. You have low self-esteem. That's who you are. And like my mentor said to me, who you are, if I was you, I wouldn't be you anymore. See, who you are as a poor individual or who you are as a poor individual is not the same being you will be when you are wealthy. Those are two different individuals. Why? Because two forms of matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time. It's impossible. So the being who you are now is not the being you will be. The failure you, the quitter you, is not the successful you that will never quit. You will be the Energizer Bunny. You will never quit, ever. That's a different being. That's not who you are now. If you're not where you want to be, stop being who you are. Be somebody else. I told you the gap between where you want to be, where you're at, and where you want to be is mentorship. I am sharing with you right now how to win. But if you don't understand what's before you, if you can't get the distinction, see, for instance, let's talk about, again, your word makes your world. That's a distinction. Integrity. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't keep my word here. I said I was going to be here, but I wasn't here. That's a distinction. Most people don't have that distinction. They think they can come up with a reason, excuse, or explanation. Reason, excuses, and explanations are monuments used to build nothing. That's a distinction. You know that now. Man, I made an excuse. I made a reason. I made an explanation for not keeping my integrity. See, now you can see the problem. You might not have been able to see that before. You might have thought an excuse was a good thing. Yeah, they believe that. That's an excuse. I can use that. They believe, you believe that. But it's not about them. It's about you. They just showed up to show you who you were being, who you are. Are you wise enough to be able to see that? Man, whoa, how did I do that? Why didn't I do what I said I was going to do? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do it? Now you're looking into the inner being. See, the inner you is the enemy. The true enemy is the inner me. Not the outside. There's everything outside of you is showing up because of who you are. When you change your being, these people can no longer show up. And if they do, they will show up as a total different person. You're creating that. So when you become this other being that's successful or on your way to success, that's a different being. Your friends will even start noticing you're somebody else. They'd be like, you're not the person I used to know. No, you're not. And you definitely don't want to be. That's a good, when people start saying that, you've won. That is a great sign. When those people start disappearing and a new set of people show up, that is wonderful. But most people are afraid to succeed because they're trying to hold on to the same being they were. See, those people showed up in your life because of who you were. You were being that. That's why everybody around you is broke. Because you were being a broke person. Your being was broke. You got people talking negativity. You got people talking about their boyfriend and girlfriend, all that bull crap. They wasting time talking about death and all of those type things. They talking about all the foolishness on the planet, right? What's the next cool negative thing they can talk about? What's going on in society that's negative? The next cool that's all that is. Especially in the conscious community, that's the whole conversation. Who can find the most negative next thing to talk about? That's a broke conversation. That is a conversation that's going to take you backwards, not forward. A forward motion is only talking about positive. Only. I want you to understand, for real, like, you are great. You can do anything you want. But your problem is you think that those people on TV, this and that, you think they're better than you. You really do. The average person, the majority of people do. Or else you be making your phone calls. You be doing you be doing this chart every single day. You be reaching out to people every single day, but you don't because you have low self-esteem. You're afraid because you have low self-esteem. You think, let me put it this way. If I told you to call some children to do this, hey, yo, Johnny, go get the children and we're going to get all of them together and we're going to do this. You could do that easily. Why? Because you feel that you're better. You're like, you're over them. You feel you're greater than them. That's why you can do that. The reason you can't call somebody and get your friends in them to do it or get somebody that you don't know to do it is because you don't feel you're greater than them. You feel you're less than them. If you felt that you were greater or equal with them, you had no problem calling, yo, Johnny, what's up? Yeah, we're going to do this. Yo, so-and-so, we're going to do this. Hey, I need you to come over here and meet me right now. Well, I got a presentation. I'm about to do it. But most people can't do a presentation. The average person can't do a presentation. Why? Because they have low self-esteem. So I want to commend my team for doing those presentations these nights. That is outstanding. Great work, because your self-esteem has lifted. You are willing to do a presentation. That's you know how much that takes to do a presentation? To stand before people and do that, that is great. That means your self-esteem is high. Great, outstanding job. Y'all should be texting in the thing, texting me, how do I do this? How do I do that? What's this? What's that? That's what I should be seeing if you don't have results inside of what you're doing. That's what I should be seeing in Facebook, the group. But you ain't even tried because you scared to be, you scared to fail. And you can only succeed by failing. You must fail through failure to get to success. Success is surrounded by failure. It lives in failure. It lives there. So if you're afraid to fail, you will never be successful. You have to fail thousands of times. The more you fail, the quicker to success you are. So what we do, we fail faster. I need to call 100 people. I got to get 100 no's. I got to fail 100 times. That's what we do. See, you might call 3 people today, or 1 or 2 or 5 or 3 or 6. We call 100 people. Why? Because I know I got to get through this many numbers to get this result. I got to fail all these times. So if I can fail 100 times today, I'm going to make more money. If I can fail 300 times today, I'm going to make even more money. If I can fail 1,000 times today, I'm going to make even more money. We look forward to failure, while the average person runs from failure. Failure scares them. When I get a no, I got cussed out. One morning I got cussed out. Right then, the average person would quit. I laughed. I love that. You don't even understand. I love that, right? The next conversation, customer, bang. But the average person would have quit right there. They failed. I failed. Oh, they cussed me out. Oh my goodness. Da 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 this and da 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 that. They crying like little babies. They're children. That's what success looks like. You think success looks like what you see on TV. No, that's not success. That's the freedom. That's the final stage. Success looks like sleeping in your car. That's success. That's when you're on the road. Success looks like you get to the conference with a bag of quarters. That's success. That's what it looks like. That's when you come to the meeting and there's only 5 people in a room, because they're the only ones that can hear the message. That's what success looks like. It don't matter. The key is you must be successful. You got to go through the failure. When you throw an event and no guests show up, you have finally learned to succeed. Congratulations. That's success. That's what it looks like. When you are doing a presentation and man, all the electricity goes out. That's success. That's what it looks like. The level, I'm going to leave us with this because we're about to jump on this presentation. This is the last thing I'm going to say. You can tell the strength of a man or woman, or the greatness of a man or woman, by the level of the problem that gets them down. Really, you can tell the level or the greatness of a person or being by the level of problem that makes them not keep their integrity. I don't care if you gave your word to be here and somebody dies and it's their funeral. You better be where you said your word was going to be. You better be where you said you were going to be. That's when you've mastered integrity. Now you'll be successful at anything you do. And once you master the test of integrity and you've been keeping your word, everything's going to show up like this for you. It'll get faster and faster because now the universe ain't testing you no more. It's with you. And now you're on the other side of success. You're on the other side of money. Now you rock and rolling. Can't nothing stop you. And we'll get into that in another session. So I appreciate your time. Nothing but love. I love you all. See you all I'll see you all, next week. Sunday, we will have a presentation on wabzoom.com. Peace. See you there.